Ten Boom said, "Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God." But the problem is a lot of people don't know God, and there are scary things to be afraid of in this world. Bad things do happen. But when we know God intimately, we can and should be able to replace fear with faith. But I can relate to fearful people. I was certainly a fearful kid. I was the kid who stayed behind on the ropes course. I was the one who was afraid to jump off the diving board. And I was the one who resisted when the nurse came into the room with a big hypodermic needle. How I wish, as I look back, that I'd had more courage to face life as I was growing up. But I was shackled with fear. I was an only child, and my mother was not a healthy woman, and she very much tried to make me dependent instead of strong and healthy. And now I understand her need for my dependence upon her, but it caused me a lot of problems growing up. One thing she did that made me fearful was she tried to overprotect me. Whenever I would ask about something going on, I wanted to understand and I wanted to know about life or about a situation, she would always say, "You're too young to understand." She even told me that when I was a teenager. I took that fear and indecision with me into my adult years. After I married, David and I would make a decision, and then I would call up Mother and ask her opinion, and she would always say what she thought, and of course it would always be different than what David and I had decided. And so I would spend some time trying to get him to agree with my mother. It's caused tremendous problems in our marriage, but I had so little confidence in my own ability to make a decision. I struggled and was very afraid to try new things because I was afraid of failure. But you know, I became a Christian, and I read in the Bible over and over, "Fear not, I am with you. I will sustain you. I will help you." Now I don't jump out of airplanes, and I probably never will be that kind of an adventurous person, but I write and speak and teach and do things that require courage. God has done that, and I lead a life now of joy and tremendous satisfaction. I don't know what God has for you to do, but I know that He wants you to step out and do it, to overcome your fears. Don't let fear control you. Swap fear for faith. Life will be so much better when you do. Trust Him. He loves you. He will swallow up your fear, and you can rest in your Lord.